I don't know how hokey this will turn out to be, but I've just got to start this one off with poetry. Though it's been years since I've done a review, I feel I have something to say. Just a word or two. About a story of love and inevitable tragedy. Let me help you guess which film this could be. DiCaprio and Danes are leads in the cast. Performing so poorly, I'd describe it as trash. A timeless classic becomes a dated mess, disturbing the writer's eternal rest. The pacing and presentation are so unbelievable, I wouldn't touch it with a 39.5-foot pole. Don't read this review's title, thereby cheating. Go on and guess around which film's bush I've been beating. Well, I'm certain where I'd place my bet. On William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet by Baz Luhrmann. If you've seen this movie, I'm sure you're asking yourself the same question so many people were asking themselves back in 1996. Why was this film even made?
It really gets the point of what the play was about and makes it clear for audiences today.
We were telling the same story, we're using the same words.
Shakespeare would have wanted his work to sort of live on through the ages.
Oh, I guess that's pretty cool. I mean, I have seen the Franco Zeffirelli version, and having grown up with more eccentric entertainment, like Pokemon and Ren and Stimpy, I'll admit I found it to be a little... You get my point. My first experience with Romeo and Juliet is when I read it in high school. Okay, when I read the Spark Notes in high school. Okay, well my English teacher talked about it in class and I wasn't daydreaming about dinosaurs. Good thing the test was multiple choice. So, cool. Someone's gonna take this historic work of Elizabethan elegance and make it make sense to me. How do they plan on doing that? Good Lord. Okay, I'll admit it. When I discovered this movie as a freshman in 2000-something or other, I ate it up. I don't know how many times I've seen it. This movie is the reason why my airsoft gun sports a stylish cross. I didn't need to share that. By a stroke of luck, I forgot I owned this movie. So let's see what's in store for me tonight. Romeo leads the thug life. Juliet packs a semi-automatic and the bard gets a taste of Pulp Fiction? Ugh.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
So they keep the intro the same as the play. The chorus is replaced by a newscaster. Kinda tacky, but it works. If you don't already know the story, she's basically telling us that Romeo's family, the Montagues, and Juliet's family, the Capulets, don't like each other very much.
Two households, both alike in dignity.
Next, whoa. Hey, what in the... The newscaster just told us this 10 seconds ago.
Of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers took their life.
Spoilers. Wait, is this a trailer? It is, to the movie you're already watching. What's up with that? That's like filmmaking 101 stuff. If you're making a movie, don't put that movie's trailer in the movie. Actually, it's so obvious, it's probably not even on the books. Alright, what's this tattoo-headed fellow gotta say?
Dog of the House of Capulet, moves
I'm going to be generous and say that was a creative modification. Baz Luhrmann is a director after all, and directors need to be trusted with some amount of creative license.
More fools, you don't know what you do!
Sword? Oh, screw you! So one Jamie Kennedy-induced gunfight later. SWAT is called out to end their civil brawl.
Enemies to peace! Throw your misdifferent weapons to the ground! On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your misdifferent weapons to the ground!
And since this is a modern retelling, nobody goes to prison. At this point, it's obvious they're placing style over substance, which can work well in some cases. But come on, this is Romeo and Juliet, not The Fifth Element. Instead of dropping the soap, Benvolio goes to the beach for Mr. Montague to find out what Romeo's deal is.
So please, you step aside.
He can't step aside, he's sitting.
I don't know his grievance, or be much denied.
Romeo, by reciting some poetry he was just writing down 4 seconds ago, tells us he can't win the heart of some chick named Rosaline. And he's so heartbroken. Though in the next scene we find out he just wanted to score, and she wasn't up for it. And why was he writing down that poetry? I mean, if that's the way that people are supposed to naturally speak, why would he need to write it down to remember it? But if you come here for natural speech, you've come to the wrong place. I'll touch more on that later. Whoa, who's this guy? Is he in love with Rosaline too? Well, no, they take no notice of him, so I guess he's not important. Our heroes decide to walk over to this old man's counter so the TV can tell them about the Capulets' costume party.
No, the custom fee. You've been out of the house of Montague. Come and crush a cup of wine.
And then they head out. Hang on, there's that Rosaline lover again. Is he a friend of Romeo's? They're sharing a cigarette. Oh yes, smoking is modern and cool. Cut to a steamy sauna where a husky nude Italian man, Juliet's father, talks about teenage girls with Paul Rudd. Yeah, Paul Rudd's in this. And his performance kills! I swear, he's the only actor that understood what his lines meant. And on top of that, spoke them in a way that conveyed their meaning. Man, who knew he'd later go into such films as 40-Year-Old Virgin? Knocked Up. This is 40. Paul Rudd's character, Paris, wants to marry Juliet, but he needs Mr. Capulet's permission. The film decides not to mention that Juliet was only 13 at the time, thank God, but her father still comes to the same conclusion.
My child is yet a stranger in the world. But 2 more summers with her in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
Yeah, Paris. Those mothers are named Juno. And they're boring.
Julia!
Good lord. Calm down, lady.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. I bade her go, God forbid.
Oh, now she's in on it too? You done? Alright, nobody knows where Juliet is, and she's making her mother worry. What have you got to say for yourself?
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
That's how you introduce the lead actress? Madam, I am here. What is your will? Seriously? It sounds like she's reading her lines off a cue card. Mrs. Capulet then tells Juliet, Paris is coming to the party. You should marry him. Apparently she doesn't think her daughter's too young for that. To which Juliet replies.
I look to like, if looking liking move. But no more deep will I dart mine eye than your consent to give strength to make it fly.
What? I could play a better Juliet than she can. Hey there, son. I'm a big-time Hollywood director. You're hired. You're our new Juliet. Oh, cool. I'm not gonna have to kiss a dude, am I? Yep. Shit. That night, being Montagues, Romeo and pals can't go to the Capulet party. That is until a black man in drag shows up. Wait, I thought I said this wasn't The Fifth Element. Anyways, this Mercutio guy gives the Montague boys passes into the party. Which he has because... Oh, I've got it. He must be friends with the Capulets, so they invited him plus 4. But then why would he invite 4 of their sworn enemies? Okay, so no. he must be a friend of the Montagues. That works. Well, but then why would the Capulets have invited him plus 4? Perhaps the power of song will soothe my mind. That should be Rosaline and thou, not Rosaline and thee. Again, real natural. Self-assured he'll find no one more beautiful than Rosaline at the party, Romeo tries to back out. But good old Mercutio is there to encourage him to tag along anyways. He tells the tale of Queen Mab, pulling an illegal substance out of a tiny box. Hey, I guess this movie does have some substance after all. 'Cause drugs are modern and cool.
This is the hag when maids lie on their backs that presses them and learns them face to bear, making them women of good courage. This is she.
This is supposed to be encouraging? Well, if that doesn't work, remember what they say.
Drugs are quick.
Of course, most Romeos have just drunk poison and are saying, "O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die." But this way's dumber and we're lazy. So Romeo starts tripping out, and we skip to the part where Romeo and Juliet meet for the first time. What kind of public bathroom is separated by a fish tank? No, she must have seen something she liked when he was doing his duty, because... that was easy. My lady, speaking in modern day flow, I find you to be a hoe for show. Oh, so charming. I think I love you. Well, what was your name again?
His name is Romeo. The Montague, the only son of your great enemy. She Capulet.
After the party, Romeo breaks into Juliet's house to hear her read some more.
Romeo. Oh, Romeo. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Or shall I speak at this?
Can she not hear that? And don't say that was a monologue that he was just saying to himself. She's monologuing and he can hear her just fine. I know he's whispering, but if I stood here and you were standing right here and you whispered, "Shall I hear more or shall I speak at this?" I would hear you. What are you doing back there anyways? Oh, you know, just creeping.
Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word.
Well, I guess you heard that.
See thee, they will murder thee.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes.
This is just like that step aside thing earlier. The modern elements of this film don't coincide with the dialogue. They're just tacked on. Night's cloak isn't going to do you any good when you're standing in a lighted swimming pool. Really, movie? Really? Next scene. Ah, yes. A shirtless priest with 2 little boys. Fantastic. Romeo tells the priest that he's forgotten all about Rosaline, and now he wants to marry a Capulet, which sends the priest into some sort of Photoshop epiphany. Let's just leave this creep alone, Romeo. Why don't you go see what Mercutio and Benvolio are up to?
1, 2, And the third, in your bosom, the very butcher of a silk button.
Your head is not your bosom. The nurse stops by for a word with Romeo.
I desire some confidence with you. For the lady is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly...
What in the... Is Mercutio listening to them? He's got to be over 40 feet away from them. Juliet's earshot is less than 2.
Bid her to come to confession this afternoon.
Why do we keep cutting back to Mercutio? Get out of here!
And there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married.
Oh, come on, the nameless, lineless guy's his best man. Thus, the two young lovers are married, and they go their separate ways? Romeo returns to his friends, but Tybalt's there, and he's angry for no good reason. He challenges Romeo to a duel.
Peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
Romeo! Foreigner shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me!
What injuries? I'd like to point out that at this point in the film, Romeo and Tybalt have never met.
Thou art my soul's hate!
Wow, man. Just wow. Mercutio, do something! Oh, well, why'd you do that? Oh, so we could see how creative Baz Luhrmann is, of course.
I was hurt under your arm. I thought all for the best.
Yeah, I bet you wish you would have kept your gun now. Romeo, in grief, chases after Tybalt. I can't see the lead actor. Move! Baz, can you please tell him to get out of the shot as obviously as possible? Yeah, that'll do. Let's not shoot that again. Romeo then proceeds to execute Tybalt, and is stunned at the fact that shooting bullets into a person kills them. Who'da thunk it? But he keeps it together long enough to remind us where this movie's creativity lies. Rapier. Wow. Fortunately, Mystery Friend helps him flee the scene.
Romeo! Away, be gone! Stand on amaze!
Mrs. Capulet is distraught learning of her nephew's death. For one scene at least. She seems alright here.
She'll not come down tonight.
These times of woe afford no time to woo.
Times of woe? You mean like the same night? Juliet's not gonna just get over it that fast.
But why, for villain, didst thou kill my cousin?
Oh, hey, there's Romeo now. Why don't you ask him? Go ahead. Just ask. And I guess she is just gonna get over it that fast. Ugh. Morning breath.
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber.
Her mother is coming. Get out of there.
Juliet!
Her mother's in the room. Get out of there. Please don't tell me she's not gonna hear that. She doesn't. And on top of that, she had nothing to say.
But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Thursday, let it be then!
Do arranged marriages still happen in modern America?
Early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentlemen of Paris at St. Peter's Church shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now, by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride.
Is she not proud that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Proud can I never be of what I hate.
Thank me, no thankings. What from now?
Ah, with the yelling.
Get thee to church Thursday, or never after look me in the face.
Dude, how did you go from she's 2 years too young to be married to you better get ready for marriage before I make you ready for marriage in the span of 2 days? Juliet visits the priest thereafter to threaten his life, and he decides to help her by temporarily poisoning and burying her. Nice. He sends a letter to Romeo, who has been banished from Verona. Because who has an email address these days? Explaining the situation and telling him when to meet Juliet in the tomb. But he's 10 feet from the door and can't hear the FedEx guy calling for him. The post office tells the priest that
couldn't send it nor get a messenger to bring it.
Even though they sent the letter twice and had 2 messengers.
Within the hour will affect Juliet Pike. She stirs. The lady stirs.
Is he making a public confession about burying Juliet alive? Oh, wait. I forgot the entire cast is deaf. Someone visits Romeo, bringing him the news of Juliet's fate.
How now, Balthazar?
Balthazar! That's his name! Ugh, it's good to finally know that.
My body rests in Chapel Monument, nor mortal part with the angel cliffs. I saw her laid low.
You did not! You ran away as soon as you found out about the funeral. The priest was even walking toward you to tell you what was up. Returning to Verona, hunted by the police, Romeo purchases a vial of poison.
Let me have a dram of poison. Such soon speeding cure will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
There's my gold.
I guess the pool hall owner makes poison on the side? Then they speed away to the church.
Live and be prosperous. And farewell, good fellow.
And we never see him again.
That's not a desperate man!
Romeo endangers a passerby and enters the church. Tomb. I guess SWAT can't figure out the door because they never show up again. No tomb has neon crosses. Romeo was about to drink the poison, but in the very last moment, Juliet awakes. She can stop his suicide. Just let him know you're alive. Say something. Just say something! Oh shit. God damn it. No, don't do it. Think of all you have to live for. Your mother.
Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Your father.
Hang, beg, starve, die in the streets!
Ah, to hell with it. Say hey to Tybalt for me. A pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. This is so tragic, so moving. Oh, come on, another trailer? I can't take this anymore. Just kidding, but this was not the film I remember from my teens. This was just awful. Still, try as they might, and oh boy did they try. It hasn't ruined Romeo and Juliet forever. In fact, there's a new film adaptation coming out this summer. I think the world is ready for a new Romeo and Juliet. I know I am. Just looking at the trailer, it looks like less bullshit than Bass's butchering. But then again, so does literal bullshit. Thanks for watching, folks. Later.